Nobody wants to identify with a failure. Nobody. In Igbo a na-atụ n'inu si na ọ bụ na inwe ego mala eme ife nwe ụmụnna. There are 3 important D's for you to function in this sphere of existence. And I said the first one is discovery. Ability for you to know what you came to do, your purpose of your existence. Then we started on development. Today, I would like to major on what I called development in the area of relationship. Man, it's a spirit. Man has a soul. Man lives in a body. Now, this man was created not to be an island. Man is created to interact, talk with people. No matter how good you are in whatever you're doing, you need a human being to buy your product or to patronize your service. So you cannot say, I hear people say things like, I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody as far as I'm concerned. I look up to God. That person is sincerely foolish. No matter what you have in life, you need people to patronize it. When people don't patronize your business, you are out of business. So man is a social being. Man is created to interact. That's why sometimes you see when somebody is under punishment, they say the person is sent into isolation. Why? Because they know if the person is in isolation, it affects the psyche, affects his thought process, because we are created to relate, to talk with one another. So as a businessman, somebody functioning in this sphere of existence, you need a man. I want you watching, just look at your neighbor. If you have anybody that say, I need you. It's important you have that consciousness. I need you, male or female, young or old, you need people. For that business to succeed, you must work with people. For that business to move forward, you must have an employer or an employee or people around you, people you are networking, forming synergy. You need people to network. For you to be recommended even in a higher dimension or office, or you need somebody to recommend you. You need a sponsor. You need somebody to say, okay, take this person. Yes. There was this big conference. I've been asking the Lord that one day I will have the opportunity to share. And they called me on phone. I said, yes, I checked my program, I was free. I said, okay, I booked them. And when I came in the conference, all the who and who were there. People that I admire were all there. But after the 2 sessions I'm to have, the 2 days, what happened? Somebody came to me and just shook my hand, said hello. I said hi. He said he is so. I said, well, he said, I was the one that recommended you. I looked at him and said, wow, I don't know him, but why did he recommend me? That brings us to the first thing you must know about relationship is what we'll call performance currency. Nobody wants to identify with a failure. Nobody. In Igbo a na-atụ n'inu si na ọ bụ na inwe ego mala eme ife nwe ụmụnna. Nobody wants to. I've never seen a madman running mad in the street and people are all around him saying, that's my brother. No. Does he have brothers and relations? Yes. But are people around him? No. Why? In every business, for you to have that clout around you, it has to do with your performance first. Your performance has to do with excellence in what you're doing. What you're doing, can it compete with your peers in the marketplace? If you cannot compete with your peers in the marketplace, you are just joking. You are a local champion, very local. Even local champion, you're not even a local champion, you cannot compete. And that's why sometimes you are into a particular skill and you are not so excellent. Your sister will be telling you that he's doing traditional marriage and you are a seamstress or a fashion designer. She will not give you that work. She will go to B and A and give it to the person. And you'll be wondering, I bake and nobody patronizes me. I do this, nobody patronizes me. Why would they patronize you? Why you have refused to grow in the place of excellence. Which means, for there to be attraction, for people to start liking what you're doing, there must be performance. Yes, it's important. In every area of life, people like people that are doing well in what they are doing. So you have that power inside you to tell yourself, I must work myself up. What did I say? Yes, it's important. You must work yourself up. Work yourself up to come up to a high pedestal of life. Where when they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a particular city and your name is not mentioned, no. Something is wrong. In that area of your interest. Because performance gives you visibility. It gives you visibility. And one of the things you need, apart from capacity, is visibility. People need to see what you're doing. People need to know, be aware of what you're doing. That awareness will now say, okay, this guy is visible. The next thing is acceptance. Have I accepted him? So relationship is important because the place of performance principle, to stand out. The Bible said that Daniel was preferred because an excellent spirit was in him. In everything he did, he was standing out. Why wouldn't the king like him? Why wouldn't the boss like you? Your employer. Make yourself indispensable. Your performance. The person will look around and say, no, because of this person, his excellence is too high. I can't lose him in the company. Come, let's negotiate. How much did you say you want? How much are they paying you? I can add this thing. Let's roll. Performance. It attracts relationship. Excellence attracts relationship. Haven't you noticed that once somebody becomes a major star in any field, financially so strong, all the uncles, all the aunties, cousin from the mother, father side, cousin from the father, mother, grandmother side, will start locating the person. Why? Because when you have success, you have surname. Success gives you a name. So performance currency is important to stand out and be the best. It helps you in the marketplace, in relationship, because people want to identify with the one at the top. Now, apart from performance currency, there's what we call the law of consistency. The law of consistency tells you that I'm successful today, tomorrow again, I'm successful in what I'm doing. So over time, that name has stayed for a long time. That's why the Bible says, seest thou a man diligent in what he's doing, he shall stand before kings and not men. Which means consistency draws kings to you. Yes. The kings there means people of high bourgeois. And when kings come, your price, your value increases. Which means maybe this person is sewing this clothes for 12K. Maybe a senator for a man. There's 10K senator if you have the material. But there's somebody, the same senator, and governors and people in very high estate people doing successfully, doing well in their area, will be paying 100,000 for the same senator suit. And what this person is doing is the same thing this person is doing. Consistency. Today you are successful, tomorrow you are consistent in your success, not fluctuating. Today you are shining. Tomorrow again they give you work you cannot produce. Inconsistent. The Bible said that a wavering man cannot receive anything from the Lord. He that weavers. Today you are here. Tomorrow you are there. How can people want to communicate with you? You have never improved in your skill. The skill you are using is 19 Tofiakwa. You have become ancient of days in that one. They're telling you, you're telling yourself, you know what, when I started this thing, I heard a story about a man that used to walk on a car called Citroen. Citroen was in the 80s. And for the man to walk on Citroen, that means people that were possessors of Citroens were rich, men. But over time, that car faded away. He refused to improve. I heard many years later the guy had to back to the village. Consistency helps you to improve. A better version of you. A better version of you. An amplified version of you. A new version of you. In the right direction, in the place of your calling. Consistency is important. It attracts relationship. As you are excellent in the place, performance, you are consistent. You are consistent. A lot of people that we follow on social media is because they've been consistent over the period of time. Then the next one is the law of loyalty. Relationship is based on loyalty. What is loyalty? Loyalty is that I know this person. I know his wrongs, but I have refused to allow the wrongs affect my perception about him in our relationship. People like to have faithful friends. People that know their secret, know their weaknesses, but they are still bonding with them. Life is beyond, I can't take it, I can't have it, this person, no, this person. No. There is a place that you know that this person, yes, has some wrong stuff going on his life, but I refuse to allow it affect my perception. Loyalty is very good. A faithful friend who can find. A faithful friend that sticks closer than a brother. It's important that in relationship, you are a loyal person to the relationship around you. For example, if you have the opportunity to serve maybe people of the high estates, and maybe you are their driver, you are their cook, you get to know, or their PA, and you get to know things happening in their house or in their private life or their secretary self. Will you now move out and begin to talk, hey, this thing is happening in this person's house, this person is no. Loyalty. In relationship, loyalty is important. Ability to know, yes, this thing is happening, but yet I still stick with the person. Loyalty. Nobody wants a disloyal person. In fact, let me shock you. In every enterprise, if you are very gifted, 90%, and you have loyalty, 10%, and there's somebody that is ready to learn, that has loyalty, 90%, and gifted 10%, do you know that there's a possibility that that one that has loyalty 90% will be taken? Why? Because he can learn on the job. He's bendable. He can work as a team. He can do team play. He can work as synergy. Why? Because he's ready to learn. He's teachable. The Bible says God resists the proud. Loyal friends are humble friends. People that get to know this is you. Yes, this is the whole you. I don't see you finish, but yet they stick with you. It will help you in marriage. It will help you in friendship, workplace, everywhere. Loyalty. There is no 100% perfect person anywhere. None. Even Jesus saw that Judas Iscariot has an issue with the money. He didn't make it public. He didn't do anything to him. He kept him. Was working with him. He worked with somebody that was stealing from the treasurer, an ESCO member, but was stealing from the purse. He didn't desert him. He didn't tell him because you stole, I curse you. No. He just left him. Ability to work with people. Loyal, you know this thing, you stick with that person. It's important that we develop this character of loyalty. Not parasitic kind of relationship. What am I going to get? What am I going to get? No. It doesn't help anywhere. It doesn't help anywhere. Ability to watch the person, follow the person, believe in the person, stay with the person in the time of crisis. Not fair weather friends. If it's good, you're okay, you become a cousin. If it's not okay, I don't know you. So let's get to that. Loyalty is important. Improving in your communication skills. Words are spirits. It's important what you say. It's important how you say them. It's important when you say them, what you say, and to whom you say it. Words are important. That's why you enter a bank and you hear things like, thank you for banking with us. It's a programming. You're welcome to so bank. You're welcome to so bank. Customer is always right. And you are talking, maybe somehow, and yet the person will be telling you, cool down, it's okay, we'll handle it, sir. We'll handle it, sir. Thank you, ma. Can we see you just come? Why? Because they know that there's a rule in the area of business that customer is right. Always right. Some people are arguing it out, but the purpose why they said it is you need that person because you need the person's pocket. That's it. You need the person's pocket. So you must fashion a way on how to talk with the person. In relationship, communication is important. Whether in your family, whether in any kind of relationship, communication is important. Once communication dies, that relationship is just on a pendulum. Once communication dies. So it's important you keep communication. Know how to talk to your customers. Know how to talk to people above you. Know how to talk to people beneath you. Know how to talk to people around you. That's what we call 360 degrees check. Above, down, beside. Above, down, beside. That's 360 degrees. All sides. My boss, my colleagues, and people that are under me. The same words. The words you use for your boss is not the same words for your colleague. The words you use for the people beneath you is not the same words you use for your colleagues. There's a way to talk to a colleague. There's a way to talk to people under you. There's a way to talk to people above you. Every of those talkings you must accord respect. Now, in communication, there are words you shouldn't use in the office. It's like calling your head baby. What kind of nonsense is that one? That's an informal one. What? In a workplace? They're calling people, hello, baby girl, baby girl. In the office, who is your baby girl? Go and marry. She wants to marry. Go and marry. Using words that are not consistent with the office in the office, which means for me to communicate effectively, I must understand the gender. I must understand the age range. I must understand the kind of mindset that the person has. His thought process, his concepts, his paradigm, his modus operandi, modus vivendi, the way of thinking. A wrong communication will produce wrong relationship. Sometimes even tone of voice. Your mannerism, how you said it, it's important. Communication is important. Words are spirits. Words are waves. Sound power is important. It's called the law of voicing. It's important how you voice it because it helps in the programming. What you program, because the mind of a man is like an information processing machine. What you hear, you process. What you process, you assimilate. What you assimilate, you become. So it's important what you program, what you feed people, because it is input that brings output. The last but not the least for this session is what we call investing in people's emotional bank accounts. Every man has a bank account, his emotion. The kind of investment you make is important. If you make the wrong investment, you will reap the wrong fruits. Whether you believe it or not, so far the earth remaineth seed time, a harvest cannot cease. Whatever you sow, you reap. So in a relationship, be intentional, especially in business relationship, to sow the right things in the life of people. Sow the right words. Sow the right attitude. The right giftings. It helps you to build your relationship with people. For example, why do we receive SMS on our birthdays from the bank? What is the business of so bank with my birthday? Because they know if I see it early in the morning, it will make me smile. And before you, yes, just say, hello, Dr. Onyeka, we know that this is a special day for you, and because of that, so, and you just look at it and say, oh, and swap it off, and you begin to watch. Somehow, that thing has something to do with your mental process. If you say, I like this bank, they are, I like this bank, they are fast. It's new generation. It's not true. Part of what they are is part of the SMS you receive. And sometimes they give you some credit on something, not on the thing. So we give you this. And you look at it and you smile. There's something about emotional bank accounts. For example, you come into a bank and one of those things they tell you is, thank you for banking with us. These are affecting your emotion. Thank you for banking with us. Do you know in business, you can smile at somebody and tell him, thank you for coming. We're happy to have you. A brother of mine, there's a family church that we used to go. My eldest brother went to this church, I don't want to call the name. In the ushering department, shook his hands and said to him, we are not complete except you're here. By you see, because you're here, we are complete. We're happy to have you. Welcome to a place where we change people's world. Oh boy. The next day, the next Sunday, we were preparing for our Orthodox church. He was preparing for the other church. We asked him, what's happening? He said it's better he likes that church. What happened? Programming. His emotional bank account. Good words. The Bible said that good words are medicine. Good words are medicine. So, expand your relationship. You need it for recommendation. You need it for sponsorship. You need it for partnership. You need it for you to be able to work with your staff. There's a lot. So work on your relationship skills and grow in that until you become a master. Thank you. God bless you.
I have a question.
Okay.
We're talking about relationships.
Yes.
I think it's very, very important to relate. But in a work relationship where you might have different values, how do you still keep the relationship yet and be loyal? You're loyal to them, yet the values are just very different.
Okay, no two human persons are the same. In relationship, you grow in it. You grow in relationship because sometimes relationship have to take time for trust. For every relationship, you need trust. And that trust, it's a process of time. So, I won't expect that everybody will be like me or think like me. No, it's not possible. If everybody, if we are all the same, no. They will have the slim ones, the fat ones, the slim ones, the chocolate ones, short, tall, obese, all of them. They are human beings. Hello. So because, and our backgrounds are different. There's some people who have distorted backgrounds. Some people have very religious background. Some people are just academics. Some people are just olodos. Some people are also blessed. No, that's the truth. Different kinds of background. So, for us to come and in a workplace, the thing is, I ask myself, what is my motive of being in this place? What is the assignment that is given to me? It's important. Then you come to a workplace, there's a relationship in a workplace. The first one is keep a kind smile and greet. Whether the person answers your greeting or not, no, just do it. It's a golden rule, it's good. Good morning, Mr. So. Keep those things. Then after that, if somebody is under you, there's a way to talk with the person. If there's someone above you, there's a way, accord some respect to every human being. Does people have attitude problem? Sure. We don't want to rub it on you, I don't like you. Of course, yes. But do you send them? No. Because whatever you call an insult to yourself becomes an insult. If somebody tells me, okay, somebody called, one day I was, I lost it. So my elder sister, I just blew up, I was talking to her. You know what he just said? What are you doing? You've passed this level. I felt sick. I felt insulted. He just looked at me and said, he said, you've passed this level. If you're talking to me this way for me to feel disdained, I can't, Onyeka. I've passed this level. And she did it, and as she did it, She did it and she didn't feel like, no. She just said it and continued it. That thing didn't affect her emotions one bit. That means you have to build a shield. Because there are sometimes in a workplace, people will like to rub it on you that let me deal with you and show you. Just the thing, don't send that person up. Don't give your emotions to be entitled to one person to play with them. The person doesn't have that honor to hold and to decide whether you are to be happy or not. Just let your eyes be on the ball. What exactly am I here to do? Now, if I'm here to do so, let me just do it. And as I'm doing it, make sure you're fair to everybody. That's it. All right? Thank you. If God Almighty Himself, that is all-knowing, omniscient, omnipotent, and all that, but He has angels in heaven to socialize with. Not only that, He created this cosmos and planted a manager called Adam. And by the cool of the day, He will come down to talk with man. If God is interested in relationship, I believe you yourself should work on your relationship, whether it's a formal one or an informal one. And for your business to blow, you need people. It's called the gift of man. Yes. As you focus on potent communication strategies, or what we call keys for effective communication or interaction skills, focus on consistency, performance, currency, focus on these principles that are consistent in building relationship. I believe the sky will be your starting point. You need a man. I need you. Thank you.